Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are doing another monster mash. Now this one we haven't done in a really long time. This type of prompt we haven't touched. I think the last one we did was like when I actually colored it with Copics. I'd have to fact check that, but it's been a while. But either way, we are doing a plant animal today. Basically what we're gonna be doing today is combining two animals and a plant together to make a new creature. So it's kind of similar to the foodimals. Basically we're gonna be taking two animals and some plant or flora life and mashing them together and making something new and amazing. So right now I'm doing this live on Twitch. If you'd like to participate in any future monster mashes, make sure to follow me at twitch.tv/KMcCaigue. Hey guys, future editing Katelyn here, and I completely spaced and forgot to tell you guys about the Kickstarter when I recorded this video. So this creature is going to be available in the Complete McCaigue Creature Compendium, which the Kickstarter is running right now. It is running through August 4th, and we are so close to the goal. We're about $500 away, so if there's any way you can contribute or help or spread the word about it, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to check it out, the link is going to be down in the description below. We're gonna go ahead and jump in, and the Twitch chat is going to send me suggestions for the two different animals and the plant that we are going to mash today. The Twitch chat has voted, so let's see what they picked for the two animals and the plant. The first animal was between a bat, a rabbit, a cougar, a platypus, and a chameleon. And we got a chameleon that's gonna be already cute. I love those things. And the second animal was between a butterfly koi, frog, kinkajou, I'm sorry if I butchered that, beaver, hippo, and rosy maple moth. And we got the rosy maple moth by one vote. And then finally, this is gonna make it all interesting. For the plant, we either have a cactus, a flytrap, wisteria, pine cone, rose, or aloe vera. And we got a cactus. Oh, this is gonna be very interesting. So we have a chameleon mixed with a rosy maple moth and a cactus. I like that the rosy maple moth has some color and a little bit of diversity in its patterning, which should help a lot. And I mean, the chameleon obviously can be any color it wants. So this thing is just gonna be some amazing, colorful cactus thing. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and do a couple of rough sketches, trying to combine all of these things together and just figure out what design I wanna go with. I'll see you guys in a bit. So we finished the rough sketches, and I'm really digging this first one. I don't know why. He just looks like this adorable, fluffy cactus dragon, and I think I'm gonna go with him for sure, because this second one just looks like a weird abomination of a moth thing, and he's a little creepy, and I want this guy to be kind of cute. And then this third one, I just had a lot of fun with. He just looks very derpy and sad, and I think I'm gonna have to draw him separately for sure. We're gonna do this first one right here for today's monster mash, but God, I love this little derpy cactus, this little flying barrel cactus. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to do this first design, do it in a much more interesting and dynamic pose, probably add a nice background, and then we will go from there. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so let's jump into this guy, and man, I had a blast drawing this one. He was, first of all, a really fun combination. When I started it, I wasn't sure how well this combination would turn out, but I think this is another one of my new favorites. But he did take a lot of work. So I had the Twitch stream, which was about, I think we were there for 3 hours, and then I think I worked on this for another couple of hours. I think in total it took about 5 to 6 hours maybe-ish. But either way, like, he was awesome. He was really fun to work on, and he was just a really fun creature and character to design. And I also had a bunch of fun kind of incorporating what I know about like Arizona and cacti and all that. So to give you a little bit of insight and some background, I just dropped in a flower picture from, there's a tree here in Arizona called the Palo Verde, which has these really gorgeous, amazing yellow flowers. They're really pretty to look at, but man, when it's time for all those flowers to come off, it's just a mess of pollen and flowers everywhere in Arizona, because Palo Verde, since they're desert trees, they don't need as much water, so they're planted everywhere. Like, everyone wants them on like sides of roads or like in their backyards or anything like that. So yeah, there's a ton of Palo Verde in Arizona. But I thought that would be the perfect tree to put this chameleon in, because for one, the rosy maple moth is already yellow, so it already tied in with the tree. And then two, since it is a chameleon, he could probably change his body to be whatever color it needed to be. So he could easily become all yellow or all another color, but I thought it would just be really fun to just right off the bat incorporate the yellow from the moth with the yellow of the tree. And I'm realizing I know I'm jumping into color and we're still in the line work, so I'll digress back a little bit. But with the line work, it was a lot of fun to try to do a lot of different textures, and it was also kind of a bit of a challenge just because, you know, with cacti, there's lots of little spines and spikes and things, so I wanted to convey that without having to draw a million spines and spikes. And then for the legs, I was going for what looks like the prickly pear fruit type of look for its skin texture. And then I also wanted to have the fuzziness from the moth present and like the chameleon skin look. So I just had a lot of fun kind of mixing and matching and playing with the different textures and incorporating them in different parts of the creature overall. And first and foremost, obviously I had to show that through the line art, but I think it really helps a lot more when it finally jumps into the color, because it was a lot easier to convey the look and feel of the textures when I had some color present as well. And also, some people in Twitch gave me the lovely idea of having it using its tongue like a chameleon would. So I followed the general shape of a chameleon tongue, but I added like spikes at the end, so it looked kind of similar to a cactus, and I thought that turned out really interesting. It would suck to just have that tongue just hanging out in your mouth just because of the spines, but I mean, it would probably figure out a way to deal with that in general. So then from here, I'm jumping into the color. I start off with a more like mustardy yellow, and I will fully admit, and I would like to thank my Twitch community for being very vocal and giving me some really solid feedback. One of the people on Twitch mentioned that my colors started off on a more browner side, and I've been actually trying to play with the calibration of my tablet, because when I'm recording, the screen that the recording software is on shows different colors than what's on my tablet. And then I think even Twitch then also changes it and makes it look a little bit different just through their platform. So color has been something I've been struggling with and trying to figure out the perfect setting for my tablet so I can get the true colors. And I'm actually thinking about there's a little component that you hook up to your computer that you calibrate with your tablet, so it monitors and checks the color and lighting in your room, and then calibrates your tablet so then you can see the true colors even with lighting from other places affecting it, which I think I actually really need, because I mean, the color looks good on the tablet, but I should have noticed that it was more in the browner hues. And it also probably doesn't help just staring at a piece for so long. So after I finish coloring in the base colors, I later go in and do an adjustment layer and mess with the hue and saturation and try to make it look a lot brighter. Like, even now that I'm rewatching this, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, that was way more in the browns. And I meant for it to be a much more bright and vibrant character. So it was really nice that the Twitch community pointed that out and helped me out with that, because just playing with the vibrancy and the saturation and making the whole thing brighter in general really helped the piece pop even more. And then I got some feedback from a couple of friends because I was really struggling. I didn't really like how the legs were looking, and a friend of mine suggested doing the brighter neon-y pink, and oh, I love it. It looks like this adorable popsicle. I don't know, I know it's not a popsicle. It's just the bright colors remind me of like popsicles or candy or something, and I really like the bright colors a lot. And then so from there, I jumped in and started coloring the background elements with the flowers and the branches. And this was interesting because I wanted to try doing it without any line art. So I had the sketches to base the shapes off of, and I actually think they turned out pretty good. I was surprisingly happy with how the flowers and branches turned out in the end without line work and basically just relying on color and different color strokes to convey like where the shadows are or where things are overlapping or anything like that. I was thoroughly happy and impressed that it actually looked pretty good. One reason why I decided to do that was I wanted the character to obviously be the most pronounced thing, and I felt if I put line work, it might compete and clash with the monster. So I decided, you know what, let's just try this, let's see how it goes, and I really like it. I mean, in past Monster Mashes, yes, I have done backgrounds that aren't like with line work, but this one in particular, it could have used line work just because it's flowers and branches, but in the end, I really like how it looks, how it is, and then adding that little bit of color pop in the background really helped as well. All right, and we are all done with this Monster Mash, and this guy I think came out pretty dang cute. I still am experimenting with how I want to handle bright colors, and I tried messing around with the hue and saturation because he started out kind of, I guess, a bit more muddy, so I kind of played around with that, tried to push the colors, and I think he turned out pretty dang cute. The one thing that was the most challenging though was I was going back and forth on how it would be able to change colors and blend into its surroundings, but I wanted to make sure that you saw like the green and make sure that you saw the different cactus aspects that were also a part of it. So basically what I did was I kept certain parts of him green, even though probably the chameleon would probably change to more of the overall yellows and oranges and pinks of this tree. And I mean, yes, there was the green branches too, but I just wanted to have some other colors associated with this thing. And I think he turned out pretty dang cute, and I really like how colorful he is. So I guess that's it for this Monster Mash. Thanks guys for stopping by and checking it out. And if you aren't already, you can go and hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every week. And I'd love to hear your feedback and what you think about this guy and like what you might have done if you want to take this prompt and draw it yourself. Make sure to tag me on like Instagram or Twitter. I would love to see how you would interpret this prompt. So thanks again guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you all next time. Bye everybody.